Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The attitude towards life of this world ought to be one of having a chance and an opportunity to bring the best out in ourselves. But this requires a particular mindset and an outlook and a worldview. If we were to imagine that we are not these bodies nor part of this world, but that we have come into these bodies and we have come into this world, and whatever is happening to us is not really something that is real, but it is something that is transient. It is only there as a challenge to bring out the best response from us. So, for example, imagine a person who goes into a flight simulator. They know that the flight simulator is a machine and they are other than the machine. They have this confidence, this reassurance that whatever is happening in that machine is not really real. It's not happening to them. It is something designed so that they can bring out the best responses. They have the assurance that they can open the door and walk out at any point. That then brings calm into their souls, and they are able to, in a very positive manner, face the challenge. So a person sitting in the flight simulator will feel a sense of achievement when they can fly that machine, believing that it's a plane, and land it. But after taking off, flying and landing in perfect weather conditions, they will want for the conditions to change, for it to become turbulent, stormy, night, the runway being crooked or smaller. And if they were to be able to fare within those challenging circumstances, then they will feel the greatest sense of achievement. In that sense, they would welcome the challenge because the challenge will bring the real person out in them who would otherwise remain hidden. A tough challenge brings the best response. If this is the attitude that we can have towards life, and indeed that is what life is all about, then we would be far more successful at life. The only problem is that when we go into a physical flight simulator, we actually see ourselves going into it and coming out of it. Whereas in the challenge of this world, we are born into the flight simulator and we feel that we are the flight simulator. So that when something pains the hand, we feel I am paining, not the hand. As opposed to making that distinction and drawing that distance between myself and the machinery in which I am, we feel we are the machinery. When there is an emotional challenge, we feel hurt by it beyond the extent to which we ought to feel hurt by it. And when we receive something, we feel overjoyed by it beyond the extent to which we should feel joy through it, since the joys and the pains of this world are only there as challenges for us to grow through. So the only problem is that we feel we are these bodies and we are this world. If we can just change that mindset slightly and say, actually we are in a flight simulator. We are in these bodies, and these bodies are nothing but vessels. Everything that is happening is arbitrary, is made to be that way, to challenge us, to bring the best out in us. If that was the attitude, then the life would become very, very profitable. And the urgency of doing good will also be emphasized, because we don't know when the examiner will open the door and say, your time is up, the challenge is gone now, you have passed or you have failed.